Lane. You're seeing some slowing as you come across Normandy.
Don't let a traffic accident ruin your day. Call 1-800-INFO-FIX to find the nearest Fix Auto location. Their highly trained and certified technicians will have you back on the road in no time. You have a choice on who fixes your vehicle. Tell your insurance agent you want to go to Fix Auto.
Is the pen mightier than the sword?
Is the pen mightier than the sword?
They say the pen is mightier than the sword. At KBLA Talk 1580, we not only have a lot to talk about, we have a lot to write about. Politics, relationships, business, empowerment, and culture. The all-star roster at KBLA Talk 1580 has you covered.
That's what it's all about.
Be sure to follow us on all our socials for our latest book releases, op-eds, essays, and commentaries from our hosts. And, of course, download the KBLA 1580 app as we strive to remain your most trusted, credible, and reliable source for the issues you care about. This is unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
What up, baby?
Hey, so I'm calling your show, 'cause I need to know. Show me which way to go before I throw my man out the door.
Okay, hold on a second, Keisha. Just let me ask Ronald exactly what's going on, because it takes two to tango, and I need to hear his side of the story.
So she's driving me insane, got stress heavy on my brain. She keeps playing silly games, man, I'm about to bring the pain. We seem to fuss and fight every day and every night. Please give some advice so we can see the light. See the light.
Oh, he got a drawer. Yeah.
Search first, gatekeeper. Find a path leader. He's a fighter, shapeshifter, and he'll protect your home. With the eyes in the front and the back of the head to chase away evil forces. The groovy beat can be instead, so long as you bring the offerings. He's got the ashe I can't deny. I am a witness, I'll testify. This song, my oriki, my sacrifice to the one who can do and undo.
When it comes to relationships, you gotta work at making sure you on the same word, in the same sentence, on the same page. Be on the same page not good enough. You can be on the same page and still not connect. You gotta be on the same word, on the same sentence, on the same page, or you're gonna always find yourself confused. Are we on the same page? No. The real question is, are we on the same word, in the same sentence, on the same page? Because there's a lot of these in the page. There's a lot of words. There are a lot of same words, similar words on a page, but they're not all in the same sentence. You may be in the word in the first sentence of the page, but that person has matured to the bottom part of the page, but you have yet to get the middle part, which is the understanding. And that's what happens with communication. That's what needs to be in communication. Certain pages of life, you're gonna have to fight to build the same word, and it's gonna take the person who's up here to work hard to come to this place of maturity to eventually get in the same sentence with the person down here. And this person who's down here has to be humble and kind enough and gracious enough to allow that person to navigate the page to eventually catch up with you on the same word and then go forward. Don't keep reading if the person is still behind. Don't keep...
Cut him off. I've had enough. No disrespect to anybody who thinks that's the truth. No disrespect. I can only take so much. I understand it's metaphor. We in the same book. We in the same chapter. We're on the same page, but we might not be on the same sentence. I get it. Poppycock. Or as the great James Earl Jones said, as King Joffrey Joffer, hopefully we could find that. Nonsense. I'm sorry. But here on the Voice of Reason, we're going to challenge the norm. We're going to challenge the norm. And the norm is we need to be on the same page. But what does that mean exactly? What does being on the same page mean in a relationship? Does it mean we share the same ideas, concepts, beliefs, ideology, perspectives? What does it mean to be on the same page? Can I offer something real quick? You know why people want to be on the same page? Challenge me tonight, 1-800-920-1580. Non-judgmental zone. I'm going to accept everybody's perspectives and beliefs on it. But do you know why a lot of people want to be on the same page? Come on, push me now. Please push me to this. I don't want to give it to you for free. Do you know why people really want to be on the same page? It's right there. I can feel that you know why people want to be on the same page in relationships. 1-800-920-1580. You're listening to the Voice of Reason on KBLA Talk 1580. And boy, oh boy, do I have a topic for you. We're not even reading the same book, let alone on the same page. That's tonight's topic. We're going to talk about why relationships fail when I come forward.
The reasons that we're here.
Yeah.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Do you know why we're not on the same page? Or do you know why people want to be on the same page?
Free community health fair, co-sponsored by Pleasant Hill Baptist Church Health Ministry and the Central Neighborhood Health Foundation.
Do you have an idea?
The fair will be held on the church grounds at 2009 West Martin Luther King.
I'm not going to play with y'all today. I'm pissed off.
Refreshments, jumpers for the kids, a visit from Santa, entertainment with a DJ, free food giveaway for the first 100 people who attend, as well as raffles and other prizes. There will also be open enrollment, health insurance representatives present. Attendees can get free blood pressure, glucose, HIV and STD testing, a dental screening, fluoride varnish, COVID testing, vaccines and boosters. Flu shots will also be offered. Housing navigation, mental health support, and education services will be available. Don't miss this free community health fair. Tell somebody and receive the gift of preventative health services this season. See you all on Saturday, December 3rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 2009 West Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard in Los Angeles.
Come on!
Who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP accident attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a reward and striking out. Our
delicious water.
We'll fight to get the maximum compensation.
That water delicious.
Call the pros at MVP accident attorneys at 833-MVP wins.
Water might be the most perfect drink in the world.
833-MVP wins.
Call me your MVP.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites you to
Can I get everybody to hit the like button? Come on, the more people hit the like button, it shifts that algorithm. We want to get people in here to listen to this topic tonight.
We share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate.
Everybody, please hit the like button. Please. I am pleading with you. Hit that like button.
All you have to do is drop off new,
Share the video.
gently used winter
Subscribe
custom
to the
blankets
channel.
in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to
And don't forget, caller-driven show. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920. Salute. Skaggs Money, what up?
From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays.
Water be clutched like a motherfucker. You know you wake up late at night like,
during the holidays and every day. Let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net. And together, we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love. Make a difference with your friends at KBLA.
We're having a discussion, guys.
1580.
It's not just your brother Zoe talking. I need you to call. Thank you for the likes. We tied up on the likes. 1-800-920-1580. Can you guys hear?
Community event. It's a celebration. Welcome home, Mayor-elect Karen Bass.
Water good than a motherfucker.
On Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., join KBLA Talk
Live in a minute.
in Lamert.
Live
at the
in 1
intersection
minute.
of Lamert and Vernon for this free public event as we celebrate Mayor-elect Bass's
Come on,
historic
Don
victory.
Freeman.
There'll be entertainment,
Start it off, my
features,
brother.
and
Thank you.
vendors,
That
along with
$5 goes a long way.
from community leaders,
Believe me.
elected officials, celebrities, business owners,
What
and
up, Big
other
Zoe?
notables. KBLA Talk 1580
Hoop with your boy
host Mayor-elect Bass on
at the
main
map
stage
a
at
minute ago.
11
Hey,
a.m.
for sure.
As we reflect on the importance
sure.
of this moment and what it means for the Black community,
It's my little God
women,
king.
and all Angelinos who believe in the limitless potential of our amazing
Thank you,
city.
Willem,
We look forward
Willem
to
Smith.
celebrating with Mayor-elect Karen Bass and you.
William
Saturday,
Smith.
December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the intersection of Lamert and Vernon. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Celebrate your party with you. Come on now.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies, y'all not ready for what I'm doing tonight. Hey, we got a Pasadena versus going on. Artists that are from Pasadena in a versus. Tonight we got Troop versus John B. Troop kicked it off with "Baby, I Want to Keep You Next to Me." Come on, Troop. Oh, man, we're going to be on fire tonight. As you know, my playlist is my co-host. We have a major topic tonight. I want you to get to your phone lines because this is a discussion, a conversation. I want to talk with you, not at you. I want you to participate. Remember, non-judgmental zone. Okay? Non-judgmental zone. I don't want to judge you. I don't want to condemn what you think. You think what you think. And it's okay to think that. Here you can share. Before I get into the topic and the questions and the phone callers, let me just do this. We have a call to action. And it's important that we talk about this because this is a really big deal. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. If you would like to be a vendor for our Welcome Home Mayor-elect Karen Bass event in, of course, historic Lamert Park on Saturday, December 10th, please email us to info@smileyAudiomedia.com. and we will get you all the details you need. That's info@smileyAudiomedia.com for all the info you need on how to join us as a vendor at our Welcome Home Mayor-elect Karen Bass event Saturday, December 10th in legendary Lamert Park. This is a community call to action from none other than KBLA Talk 1580. Now, let's get to the brass taxes. We not even reading the same book, let alone on the same page. Before we came forward, and now we've come full circle after having done so, I asked the question, why do people desire to be on the same page? I'm tired of go along, get along folks in relationship. I did it because my grandmama did it. I did it because Papa did it. I did it because my family has done it. It's a tradition. It could be a tradition of dysfunction. Why do we have to be on the same page? Who has done the internal investigative research to validate being on the same page for you? What is being on the same page rooted in? Is it connected to the enhancement bias in some way? What is the enhancement bias, so? The enhancement bias is the fairy tale portion of the relationship, the honeymoon period of the relationship that says, what? I love this person. We gonna make it. It's gonna happen. Now, during this section of the relationship, you tend to marginalize red flags, character flaws, and you tend to aggrandize what I call visible lights. Things that, oh, the sense of humor, oh, the attractiveness, oh, the job and the money and resources. We tend to aggrandize the good things and marginalize the bad things. Okay? That's what the enhancement bias is, because we are invested in the relationship succeeding. So is being on the same page part of that? Right? I know y'all not ready, but I am. Let me ask some questions. What makes relationships not last long? Can you guys share with me tonight? 1-800-920-1580. What percentage of relationships last forever? True or false? If you and your spouse find yourself on different pages, you risk ending up completely, different and potentially, you risk having completely different and potentially undesirable outcomes if you're all on the same page. If you're not on the same page. Let me read it again. True or false? If you and your spouse find yourself on different pages, you risk ending up with completely different and potentially undesirable endings because y'all not on the same page. Is that true? 1-800-920-15. I want to know if that's true or not. There are a lot of people who believe that that is true. If we don't believe the same things, if we're not in alignment ideologically, we're going to wind up with two different outcomes, and the relationship is probably going to break down. 1-800-920-1580. Call me. Does being on the same page mean you share the same mindset and ideas? And is that good for the growth of the relationship? I'm very interested. See, because typically I come in here and I just spew it out. Blah. I just tell you what it is from my perspective. But I really want to hear your perspective. Agree or disagree? Being on the same page implies unity, synchronicity, and understanding between spouses. This is an interesting fact, as partners with differing backgrounds, personalities, and ways of thinking must somehow integrate those differences. Interesting. 1-800-920-1580. What does it mean to be on the same page with your partner? Oh, this is going to be good. Let's get to the phone lines. We got people sitting in here that want to talk about it right now. I'm telling you, I'm going to blow this out the water. I promise you. Sean from Oakland, California, jump in here.
Hey, brother. Well, first of all, can I do this? Because normally I just come in and jump right in the subject. But and by the way, this is by no means a future thing. But I have downloaded your relationship dismount on my Audible, and I started it. I love the Audible. Mosley, I think, is reading it, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
I did it like 6 in the morning.
Yes.
Anyway, I just want to tell everybody, I'm not doing this because I'm looking for a relationship dismount. I'm doing this to get myself stronger in a relationship. And so far, I won't comment because I'm not finished yet, but when I do finish, I'll let you know. But I had to let you know that. So Audible is awesome, man. I read like 2 books, actual books, but Audible now has changed my world. I can do more with less time. So
thank you, brother. Thank you.
I had to put that out there, man.
Thank you.
But no, when it comes to being on the same page, and doing all that kind of stuff, let's just be real. Let's be realistic. Realistically, you probably do. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm attracted to someone early on because there's some physical attraction.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we all, hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah. There's something between us that works, and then we end up talking and having, we learn to know each other a little better and all that. And if you are lucky enough to have a relationship last and stay together long enough, my thing is, look, you are going to disagree with each other a lot. And you should. That's normal human experiences, in my opinion.
Right.
Now, I may have dealt with it differently when I was younger, right? Like, oh, you should believe whatever I say, blah, blah. I never did it like that. But, I should say, I got this. You should, and she would say, no, I think of this way. So the way I look at it is choose your battles wisely, people, in a relationship. Because is it worth ruining your relationship over something that you have this hardcore, huge cement platinum wall in front of that you can't change your mind, but is it worth throwing the relationship away? So my thing is choose your battles wisely, and it is absolutely, in my opinion, okay for people to have their own opinion, and it's actually more exciting in a relationship. Just don't be personal and attack people. Here's my biggest thing. Take it easy on one another. Have a conversation. Take it easy on one another. Have a conversation. And if it doesn't go your way and you don't agree with each other, just agree that, hey, we see it a little bit differently, but I still love the fact that you have your spot and I have my spot, but we have so many other spots in our thinking that are pretty close. And you know what? I appreciate the fact that you're strong enough to give me your opinion or your thoughts.
That's good stuff, Sean. Once again, man, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming in here and sharing your insight, man.
Thanks, brother. I love you. I love your whole show. And you with the whole thing, I think, and I'm not putting words in your mouth, I think if you help one person,
that's
if I
it.
can help one person make that relationship a little bit better, a quality of life, I'll do it. And I know you do every single day. So I love you and I appreciate you, brother.
Love you too, Sean. Thank you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And listen, if you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. This is an open discussion. And Sean, he just did something that I never do. I rarely do it. I rarely promote my own books. I rarely talk about them. And it just dawned on me. Sean was like, yeah, man, I just downloaded the relationship dismount from Amazon.com. So thank you, Sean. I appreciate the support. Fred from Northridge, California. Get in here, brother.
Yes, brother. Communication is a very important part of this as far as being on the same page. But at the same time, you need to find out a person's intentions, their goals, their moral compass, and that takes a lot of time.
Hmm.
You understand? Because you just can't lay everything on somebody on your first couple of months of getting to meet them.
Mm.
You understand? That's being pushy. So you eventually they open themselves up to you, and hopefully they're 100% open with you. Because once you guys get married, and then she starts making you aware of who she truly is, because you know before marriage you always have this idea of this person, and then for some reason they say, well, you changed after a year. You're not the person I married. But the whole thing is maybe you rushed to marriage in the beginning in the first place.
Interesting. I like that.
Because
Interesting.
you have to let it develop.
Right.
You know, you have to let it develop, and sometimes it takes years for things. I think that sometimes at my fault, I rushed to get married.
Mm.
Because I figured, like, you know, I know enough about you, or you was open enough, or you told me what limited. I know you ain't on drugs. I know you don't have no health problems. I know you got all your teeth. So, you know, I'm like, okay, I'll give it a whirl. I'm a gambler. Let's just say like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you gamble, then there's a risk that things might not be the way you thought they are. Things will work out. But I try my best to get with people on my educational level who have my same morals, who have the same kind of hobbies. But sometimes being too much alike is a detriment to the relationship too.
There we go. Come on. I'm listening. Fred. You cooking. I'm gonna say something, it's gonna sound crazy. Is being on the same page like Narcissus looking into the water trying to find his reflection?
In some cases, yeah.
Mm.
Because if you're a strong person, you're looking for another strong person. But then sometimes that person might rub you the wrong way when you're looking for somebody submissive. But then, if you go out looking for somebody submissive, then you eventually find that person boring. And you're leaving an imprint on that person of who you are. And whether you have good tendencies or negative tendencies, it will be reflected back to you at times.
I like it. Fred, you cooked today, brother. I appreciate this call, Fred. Thank you so much for reaching out, brother.
This week is going to be serious, Fred.
Well, thank you, Serious Fred. We appreciate it, man. You brought Northridge into the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. The voice of reason is on fire tonight. We're having a real conversation, and I'm just going to say it right now. Most people need their partner to be on the same page with them because they're scared. Fear dominates everything. If we think alike, if we act alike, if we believe alike, if we share the same hobbies and interests and all, there's a lesser chance they might leave me. Do you understand what? Oh, when we come forward, I need people to call me and challenge me on that. 1-800-920-1580.
He's on fire tonight. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network. There's an arrest warrant out in Florida for former NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown. Tampa police want him in connection.
What up, family?
Incident on Monday. Brown played with the
Yo, we have $15 tonight. Did anybody set the tone for tonight? We got two super chats. So let me shout out the super chatters. Vanetta Colbert. It was great seeing you last week, Vanetta. I'm glad you were able to come out.
Big oil is ripping Californians off. Governor Gavin Newsom said
Mimi Blossoms, what up?
called a special session of the
Don
legislature for
Freeman,
Monday. He
thank
wants to
you.
pass a price gouging penalty on oil companies.
Come on, y'all, let's get busy.
I'm Mike Island.
Let's who's gonna set the tone?
Source, the Black Information Network,
Not AB.
and BINnews.com.
Truemonger, you gotta set the tone, brother.
1-800-INFO-FIX to find the nearest Fix Auto location.
Lisa
Their highly trained and certified technicians will
Compton.
have you back on the road in no time. You have a choice on who fixes your vehicle.
Yeah.
Tell your insurance agent you want to go to Fix Auto.
They say the pen is mightier than the sword. At KBLA Talk 1580, we not only have a lot to talk about, we have a lot to write about. Politics, relationships, business, empowerment, and culture. The all-star roster at KBLA Talk 1580.
You'll mention it twice per hour. We grown.
Be sure to follow us on all our socials
We know the
for our
support.
latest book releases, op-eds, essays, and commentaries from our hosts.
You're 100% right.
Of course, download the KBLA 1580 app as we strive to
You're
remain
100%
your most
right,
trusted,
Truemonger.
credible, and reliable source for the issues you care about. This is unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. What up, baby?
Congratulations to this week's KBLA Talk 1580 Office of the Week. LA County Department
All right, so
of
look.
Children and Family Services. LA County Department of Children and Family Services promotes child
We got a
safety and
couple more
well-being
minutes
by partnering with communities to strengthen family. Congratulations,
of
LA County
promos.
DCFS.
When I come back in, I want these phone lines cracking. And I want to hear from women, ladies. Where do you guys rank Cat Williams? I think Cat Williams is definitely one of the greats. Where do y'all rank him? Funny guy.
Back with an all-new show. It's the award-winning comedian, Cat Williams. Just so you knew they was lying.
I mean, I picked the artists that are from Pasadena. Now, I couldn't pick Sally Fields, Gidget. She from Pasadena, but she ain't got an album. I was picking groups, artists that came out of there that sang.
When you're young,
What was the song you
life is
played
full of
as you
choices.
went to the last break?
opioids
That is called I
power
Want to
you
Keep You Next to Me.
take away
It's
your
on the
life with just one
Deepa
wrong pill.
92 album, Troop album.
Anyone at any age. But there is a choice to get help.
That shit fire, ain't it? You ain't never heard that one? That shit fire, right?
Including virtual at choosemat.org.
Nacho fries are back at Taco Bell. You know, the fries covered in bold Mexican spices you dip in a warm nacho cheese sauce. You can also dunk them in nacho cheese sauce or pour the sauce onto a pile of them and create like a nacho fries.
Hey,
nachos.
let me
Food
shout
ways
out
that you
everybody
eat them with
here.
nacho cheese sauce. That's what makes
Tyrone
them nacho
Graves,
fries.
what if
Otherwise,
she
you're just eating
can't
fries and
read
sipping on nacho
like
cheese sauce,
you?
and that's
Wait,
the wrong way.
Her fingers.
Sorry. Just
Wow. She reading slower than you. Wow. Thank you, brother, for the 5-piece. We appreciate it here. Thank you.
KBLA Talk 1580.
What's up, big bro? Chi-Town in here. What up? What up, family?
As the first woman and only second African American to serve as chief executive of the city of Los Angeles.
Congratulations, Mary-elect Bass, and welcome back.
Reggie White,
Apologetically progressive.
Malcolm Charles, Nzinga, MB225, Truemonger, Anthony I, Positive Influence.
What do you want to say to the
Of
listeners
course,
KBLA?
Vanetta Colbert, she in the building. Drake Cortez, Mimi Blossoms. I'm trying to shout them out. Terrell Thomas. Question H.
Never forget where I'm from.
What up?
And understand that is my primary motivation.
Congratulations,
Minority my ass. Fred Dorsey. D the Messenger. What up, y'all? Nazarene X, Lloyd Hinton. Here we go.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
Things I used to do, the games I used to play, the girls that didn't last. I never saw your mind, think I'm doing wrong, and I say it's real. You are the only one. When I'm not around, do you think I need the jealous ones I claim me to be? You should know by now that it's gonna take a lot of trust in you for us to make it through. You should know this. Nothing's gonna make you fall from heaven. Girl, I just wanna love you. Listen to what people say.
Come on, man. That's that Dina Love. Pasadena. We got a Pasadena versus going. Troop versus John B. Who you got in the first round? Hey, man, I went to high school with Troop, but I'm going to say John B got him on that one. I'm going to give that one to John B. Tonight's topic, man, we are on fire tonight. Tonight's topic, we're not even reading the same book, let alone on the same page. Why is it so important to be on the same page? I already said most people want to be on the same page because they're scared to lose what they got. Oh, yes. Being on the same page is like bending the knee. Ooh, I know a lot of people are not going to agree with that. I know a lot of people are going to see that as, Zoe, you crazy. Watch as I move deeper into this conversation. Lisa from Compton, get in here. Talk to me.
Good evening, good evening. I have a couple of points that I wanted to share. Males, and this is something that both males and females need to understand, that males in general are more emotionally vulnerable than females.
Come on.
So in our society, our boys are raised, our males are raised to ignore a major part of themselves, right? There's a video, it's a documentary called Raising Cain, and there was a scientist she was a neurologist from Harvard, and she did there were, many segments in this documentary. One of the segments, she did an experiment with 5-month-old babies whereby the mothers would sit and play with them for 2 minutes while they were sitting in their little car seats on the table. And then the scientist would wave the mother off. She would turn around and then look at the baby with still face and have their hands in their lap. And like 78% of the female babies would self-satiate. They would calm themselves. They would, wouldn't even trip. But the boys, they couldn't self-satiate. They wanted to get their mother's attention, and they would start kicking and, dabbling and being very uncomfortable. And because they were 5-month-old babies, they're not socialized, right? So older, it was like, boys don't cry. This is the only valid emotions that men can have and show are anger and violence, and that's it. You're a simp if you show love and all, whatever. So that's the one point. And then the other point is that I think in relationships, effective communication needs to be had. This stops a lot of, I would say, argument or emotional argument.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the argument is more like a debate about something. It could be a heated debate, but you are, you know, you're effectively communicating instead of just, well, your mama and, you know, you.
Right, right. Instead of attacks and insults and all of that.
Right.
Right.
And then you made a point where people might be scared to lose their person, and that's why they want to be on the same page. Well, all behavior is either I want this thing or I'm trying to avoid this thing.
Come on, sister. Come on, Lisa. Come on, Compton.
So having effective communication would mean you want to be able to keep your relationship. You know, yeah. That's all I had to share.
Sister, you don't understand how you just set me up. It was like an alley-oop. I'm taking off from the free throw line. I'm going to grab it, put on a blindfold, put it through my legs, double pump, and reverse it. Thank you, sweetie.
Right on.
Woo! She just laid it out. You guys remember a couple episodes back, I said the traditional relationship, the traditional model for relationship is predicated, for many men, it's predicated in fear. All I got to do is follow my gender role. My gender role is a set of ideas that said this is what a man is. Protect and provide. If I do that, I'm a good man. Right? When we looked up the definition of traditional roles or the traditional relationship model, that's what it's predicated on. The expectations that come from gender role assignments. But that definition says nothing about the work you're supposed to do on yourself. There's nothing in the definition that says, yeah, you got to heal those shadow wounds. Yeah, you got to tackle the unhealed trauma that you were raised with. Yeah, you got to reconcile your communication style. Yeah, you got to become an active listener. It doesn't say anything about that. It says you got a role and a responsibility. If you do that, you're a good man. That's being on a page. Okay, here's your page, wife. Here's your page, husband. Do what your page told you to do. And now we're on the same page because we are fulfilling our obligations as described by the roles. That's traditional relationship. Well, guess what? Being on the same page is the concept of being on the same page is the same thing. Many people try to find some commonalities and some common ground and agree on that. And they think if we agree on this, the relationship will work. But you still got self-work. And sometimes self-work will cause you to break those agreements. Unchecked self-work will cause you to renege on the agreements you make. Are y'all listening? I don't know who heard what. But if y'all listening, can I hit you with this before I come forward? The great semanticist, Alfred Korzybski, a map is not the territory it represents. But if correct, it has a similar structure to the territory, which accounts for its usefulness. The map is not the territory. See, we all have reality models. The map is a map of reality. It's not reality. So regardless of whatever page you on, that's just a map. Words are a map for reality. Well, let's agree on these. But if you haven't dealt with those demons, which is your reality, it don't matter what map y'all agreed on. Y'all done met on a page and said, this is where we stand on the map. But where do you stand in reality? Oh, 1-800-920-1580. Somebody better call in and talk to your brother.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Huffington Post reports a mental health crisis among Black students. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black News. Rates of depression and anxiety
I don't
among
know.
Black students have been increasing.
I don't know if they heard. I don't know who heard the jewels.
Found that approximately 34%
I don't know who
of Black
heard.
students reported feeling so depressed in the last year that it was difficult to function. Black students attending HBCUs have also been dealing with additional stress of bomb threats at their universities and suddenly not having access to abortion services in the wake of Roe versus Wade.
I'm a
According
monster.
to the CDC, Black women in the U.S. are 3 times more
Let me pull that up for you.
pregnancy-related complications, and abortion restrictions could increase the maternal mortality rate for Black women. Huffington Post also reports that the quest to raising awareness for mental illness among Black Americans is a priority. Tell us what you think about this story and more on all socials at KBLA 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
The Institute for Diversity Certification is all about the 3 Ds: dedication, determination,
I know the
and
book, I just
discipline.
forgot the name.
Learn more about our globally recognized diversity certification program today by calling 1-800-983-6192.
I think it's about
Again, 1-800-983-6192.
I think it's about something manhood.
Or visit Diversity Certification.
I read it a while ago. It's about
as the
manhood.
organization
What is
for
it?
Certified diversity professionals and also certified diversity executive credentials. DiversityCertification.org will provide an opportunity for you to demonstrate dedication to the field, determination to make progress, and more discipline to your process. Go today and learn more about the diversity certification system. Call 1-800-983-6192. Again, 1-800-983-6192.
Oh, we finna go off. I'm about to pull it up. I got you.
Certification.org, the standard of excellence, equity, diversity, and inclusion.
Over 100 million people around the world have felt the thrill of Broadway's most spectacular musical.
Okay, here we go.
And now you can too. Experience this breathtaking theatrical event and see why the New York Times declares there is simply nothing else like it.
There it is. I found it.
February 2nd through March 26th.
The book is Science and Sanity, an introduction to non-Aristotelian systems and general semantics.
It's normal.
When he says non-Aristotelian, Aristotle, what they call Aristotelian or Aristotelian logic, was black and white, yes or no, right or wrong, up and down. So what happens is, as science evolved, I can say all this shit on there.
Right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey, the voice of reason. My playlist is my co-host. A little Pasadena trivia. Pasadena holds a high school rivalry football game called the Turkey Tussle. It's about 60 years old now. It features John Muir High versus the city's namesake, Pasadena High. And in the last maybe 5 or 6 years, Pasadena High has started winning. Before that, John Muir had won 20 years, 30 times out of the last 20 years or something crazy. There are 25 times out of the last 30 years, John Muir has won. Now, John Muir has gone down. Pasadena High beat them a couple weeks ago, 47-0. Now, when we talk about John Muir, we're talking about legends coming out of John Muir. But it's not the same school it used to be. This battle right here feels like the turkey tussle. Troop comes back, and let me tell you a little bit of history. Did you know UCLA and USC stole the tradition that Pasadena created around the turkey tussle rivalry between those high schools? USC and UCLA, when they have their rival game, they play for a bell. Well, that's what John Muir and Pasadena High do. They play for a bell and been playing for over 50 years for the bell. A train company called the Santa Fe Train Company donated the bell to John Muir. This is when John Muir was a city college in Pasadena. Donated it to them. And now USC and UCLA, they play for a bell. Now, Pasadena High and Muir, they play in the Rose Bowl every year. It's a Pasadena thing. You hear my playlist tonight. We turned up. I'm sorry, but I'm on fire tonight, and I'm really trying to break something down about being on the same page. We typically get on the same page because we're scared to lose our partner. We hide, from doing the real work, the self-work, so we hide. And so we couch our intentions in our behaviors, in our obligations. And we think that's enough to be on the same page. George Box said it so perfectly about the models. Remember the quote I mentioned from Alfred Korzybski, the map is not the territory. The map is a representative of reality. It's not reality. The book is a representative of knowledge. It's not knowledge. It only becomes knowledge when you learn it and apply it. So the application of knowledge is the reality of knowledge. George Box said it this way: all models are wrong, but some are useful. See, being on the same page can be useful if you recognize it's a model and not the reality. Do you understand? You could use being on the same page, these ideas as a template for growing up. Oh man, we're going to get even deeper. I got to get Malcolm from Chicago in here. Get in here, Malcolm.
What's going on, big bro?
What's up, man?
Oh, this is a perfect topic because I've been saying lately, all I want to say is poetry and marriage. This is a perfect topic.
So wait, I was just told I got to carry you over. Just hold tight because I know you're about to cook. When we come forward, Malcolm from Chicago, Illinois is going to jump in and cook.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580, which is
Are y'all paying attention to what I'm saying?
Wants to bless you with one night only. A Wonder Winter's Night presented by Stevie Wonder's House Full of
Is it making sense?
Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA Talk 1580.com mobile app to enter to win a pair of tickets. This has been a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580.
Did you know it pays to drive electric?
I mean, I hope so.
Government rebates.
But do you see how most people use
of a new or used EV?
Staying on the same page? Do you see how most people use that?
Both on fuel and
let's get on the same page.
To the future. Start
That's like
savings today.
Let's go into a shelter.
LADWP.com
right?
/EV. That's LADWP.com/EV.
Live in a minute.
KBLA Talk 1580, putting the spotlight on culture and community. The Rodney King Foundation works in the community to promote positive race relations and achieve social justice. The foundation provides advocacy, educational scholarships, and the powerful Walk in Love initiative. The Rodney King Foundation seeks a world of hope, tolerance, and social justice, where divisiveness has been overcome and all people...
I'm just trying to provide new ideas.
Executive Director, founder, Laura King is striving to enhance the community...
Can somebody help Mimi with the topic?
Social services and
wait a minute, I got her.
Justice locally and worldwide.
Hi, Mimi. What up, Mimi Davis?
Laura's father, the great Rodney King. To promote peace...
What up, Mimi Davis?
For more information, please visit rodneyking.org or call 626-541-2997.
You guys have done a wonderful job on the likes. I greatly appreciate you guys. I just put the topic in there, Mimi.
You know you want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Come on, Nas and John B. Come on, man. We turned up tonight. I'm going to get you off the page you've been on, hiding on the page. As long as I stay on the page, the relationship is going to work. Nope. No. See, you can be on the right page, ideologically, physically, but psychologically, spiritually, if you're not doing no healing, oh, that page is just a representation of reality. It's not reality. Malcolm, get in here, man. Where you at? Where you at, Malcolm? Come on, man. I hear you now. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. As I was saying, poetry of Mallory, because everybody seems to be jumping out the window about this woman and her marriage. Now, we were talking about this at a family gathering over the holiday, and everybody was talking about it, and it was saying how, you know, the celebrity of it, I think, is where she went wrong. But now I'm seeing different podcasters online talking about it, and one YouTuber was like, "Oh, I'm so upset. Oh, I'm just so mad. All I heard her say was me. That's all she was talking about was me and how she graduated out of her marriage." And my thing is this: is it's like, if she wasn't a celebrity, would you be this gaslit by what she said? Is it the celebrity of it?
But Malcolm,
On top of that,
Malcolm, she's quoting your brother Zoe Williams' relationship as it's okay though. I'm good with that.
Exactly.
And I'm happy that the sister graduated, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But see, this is the thing, brother. You got two choices. You want to hang on the line and I'll bring you back when we come forward, because we at the end of this first hour. I want to finish talking to you because I feel like you just getting going.
All right, I'm here.
Well, there you go. When we come forward, back to Chicago with Malcolm, we got Pensacola, Florida, and Austin, Texas. The Voice of Reason is on fire. Nas and John B. The finer things in life. Hit you with the finer things.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from the Black Information Network.
Whoa, QWE! Somebody just dropped $10 on my Cash App. Man, that $10, listen, that Cash App is that instant. I appreciate it.
And was released after taking off his uniform and running off the field during a game against the New York Jets last year. Police think the University of Idaho killings last month were targeted. 4 students were killed in an off-campus house.
What up, y'all?
They're not sure whether the residence was targeted.
Come on, people. We're at $25 on the super chat. I ain't gonna say nothing else about it. This is one of my most innovative topics.
For Monday, he wants to pass a price gouging penalty
Right?
on oil companies.
Show your love and appreciation for the topic. It's really good information. Or a good perspective, I should say. I don't want to call it information. I want to call it perspective. It's a good perspective.
Your wish list? You'll love Casper's selection of mattresses. Save up to $800 online or at a participating store near you. Exclusions apply. See casper.com/promo.
Drop it! When you tune in to KBLA Talk 1580, we want you to know what you're downloading. Now, you listen to me, and you listen to me closely. In a recent African-American media issue survey conducted by the public opinion research and public policy consulting firm Eviderus, KBLA Talk 1580 was found to be the most trusted, credible, and reliable source on the airwaves for Black Los Angeles and beyond. Check it out. We take our role seriously as your trusted messenger. At KBLA Talk 1580, it's about truth, not ratings. And when you hear us say, when we come forward, we mean it. We mean it. That's the bottom line. We're not going back. Not to the back of the bus, not to back alleys, not back in the closet, and definitely not back to the good old days. Might as well forget it. No way. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff? The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I was like to kiss it. This gonna be a wall up there.
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed. I hit you with the bad vibes routine. How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses. Yeah.
How do you rate women so well?
Zoe Williams.
Reason and accountability.
The voice of reason.
Okay, Michael.
The Pasadena versus Troop versus John B. The Voice of Reason is live on KBLA Talk 1580. We have an amazing topic and an amazing playlist. You already know my playlist is my co-host. Tonight's topic, we're not even reading from the same book, let alone on the same page. This I'm giving you guys the insight on how many relationships fail. I got my brother from Chicago. I'm going to pull him in after I do this really quickly because it's important that we keep letting you guys know. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. If you would like to be a vendor for our Welcome Home Mayor-elect Karen Bass event in historic Leimert Park on Saturday, December the 10th, please email us at info@smileyAudiomedia.com and we will get you all the details you need. That's info@smileyAudiomedia.com for all the info you need on how to join us as a vendor at our Welcome Home Mayor-elect Karen Bass event, Saturday, December the 10th. It's in Leimert Park. Who wouldn't want to come and support this beautiful sister? This sister, only the second black person to become the chief executive officer of Los Angeles, and the first black woman. First woman, period. It's historic, guys. If you want to come out and participate, trust me, you got to take heed to this community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580. Now back to the topic. Let's get on the same page so we can assure that this relationship happens. Now, please understand, I'm not trying to throw away all ideas in relationship. That's not what I'm trying to do, okay? Those ideas must be flexible. Clinicians will tell you all day in America, they will say the healthiest relationships have flexible beliefs. So if the beliefs are flexible, pliable, scalable, meaning they can change, they're mutable, they can grow, they can evolve, there's space for growth, that is the sign of a healthy relationship. For many people, we say get on the same page and the book never turns the page. Play that clip one more time before I bring, man, I'll send it to you. The clip of the brother saying, we not only on the same page, we got to be on the same sentence. That's how you take
relationships. You gotta work at making sure you on the same word, in the same sentence, on the same page. Being on the same page not good enough. You can be on the same page and still not connect. You gotta be on the same word, on the same sentence, on the same page, or you're gonna always find yourself confused. Are we on the same page? No. The real question is, are we on the same word, in the same sentence, on the same page? Because there's a lot of D's in the page. There's a lot of words. There are a lot of same words, similar words on a page, but they're not all in the same sentence. You may be in the word in the first sentence of the page, but that person has matured to the bottom part of the page.
But do you see? You're going to take a metaphor, which is a map of reality, and make it literal. We got to be on the same word. Words describe reality. You know what else describes reality? The most advanced language on the planet Earth is math. Not everybody is fluent in math. This is what math is the science or is the language of science. Just like Latin is the language of law. Math is the language of science. And science, in particular, physics, deals with physical reality. So this brother takes a metaphor, which is a map, an ideological map of reality. We got to be on the same word. You understand me? Literally, we probably on the same page, but we not on the same word. We not like. Do you get what I'm saying? A lot of people are fearful of losing their partner. So they lock into their ideas, they lock into their likes, they shun their dislikes. Do you know loneliness will make you do some crazy stuff? The fear of loneliness, the fear of, oh, I'm getting old now. I guess I better start liking Jeopardy. I better start liking going to church. You done got on the same page with something that is incongruent with your spirit. That's the real page to get on. I know y'all not ready for tonight. Alfred Korzybski, a map is not the territory it represents. 1-800-920-1580. When I come back, I'm going right to the phone lines. When we come forward, the callers will have their say.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
When you're the victim of a car accident, who goes to bat for you is crucial. We're MVP accident attorneys, the personal injury pros. Hiring the right law firm can be the difference between a rewarding settlement and striking out. When it comes to getting the maximum compensation you deserve, our team hits it out of the park. Call the pros at MVP Accident Attorneys at 833-MVP.
Good life. What seems like an unrealistic expectation, sir? Ma'am, sir, ma'am, I don't know.
Saturday, December 3rd, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Come out.
Yeah, the comments be all over the place. They turning this into like just some random gibberish talk.
Neighborhood Health Foundation. The fair will be held on the church grounds at 2009 West Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard.
To be on the same word, yeah. That's what Homeboy said.
Jumpers for the kids, a visit from Santa, entertainment with a DJ, free food giveaway for the first 100 people who attend, as well as raffles and other prizes.
Oh, real quick,
open enrollment,
let me shout out some people.
Representatives present. Attendees
Michael Watkins, thank you so much, man, for supporting. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Thank you. Michael Watkins, 1999. That took us to 44.
Don't miss this free community health
44.99 on the super chat tonight.
health services this season. See you all on Saturday,
Fred Dorsey, I see you, brother. Thank you, man.
at 2009 West Martin Luther
Good
King
life
Jr. Boulevard in Los Angeles.
is a ma'am. Thank you. What were your thoughts on that last little diatribe?
Department of Children and Family Services. LA County Department of Children and Family Services promotes child safety and well-being by partnering with communities to strengthen family. Congratulations, LA County.
I will support a wise man. What does that mean?
KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580.
To be on the same word seems I got you. But I think it's more about saying to be on the same idea, like to be in accord with the same idea.
And welcome back to Unapologetically Progressive KBLA Talk 1580.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
I see what you're saying, sister.
Live in a minute.
Thank you. Thank you. Sadia, thank you. T. Ross, thank you. I was just trying to get your feel of how I'm presenting this.
I'm just full of the love that I felt every place I went in the community, and I just want the listeners to know that I promise you I won't disappoint you.
Sadia, did I pronounce it correctly? T. Ross, thank you again. I hope I pronounced it correctly, sister. Man, you guys just took us to 59.97. Much appreciated. Thank you.
No matter who you are or where you live, I will be.
I'm hoping that I am.
KBLA Talk 1580. Talk 1580. Talk 1580. And we don't black down. Black down. Black down. You got a lot to talk about. You know you want some more.
John B. up.
It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
For a second on the balcony, scoping you down, you're looking fine to me. All dressed up and riding your own tricks, and that ain't right. I think you can't handle it on your own, but you too damn fly to drink all alone. Can I come over with you? To you, I'm a man you can talk to. Don't talk, baby, just move with me. Take a sip on you, I got you feeling dizzy. So right, so ride with me, and so ride with you. Don't talk, baby, just move with me. Take a sip.
Ladies and brothers, the voice of reason back in the building. Listen, who got the coldest harmonies in music? I would say Michael Jackson got the coldest harmonies in music. Michael Jackson, the emotions. Who got the coldest harmonies, man? Take 6, Manhattan Transfer. Who got the cold? Listen, the reason why I bring up this point is because there's always this push to be on the same page. But you don't get harmony unless you have divergent chords, different notes, different chords. Sometimes in a relationship, there has to be differences in order for harmony to manifest. Okay, all right. Let's get Malcolm, get back in here, man, and make that thought, brother.
I'm back. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah, I was using two as an example of just like it seems like everybody's kind of dogpiling on this sister because she was saying that, she had reached a conclusion that that was the conclusion of her marriage because that was the journey that she was on. But a lot of people were chiming in and saying things about, how they feel like she was being superficial. It was all about her. She wasn't thinking about her family. But I had to hit back. I said, well, no, I don't think that's what it's about. I think that she just got to an apex in her journey with her mate that, something in her that just said innately, look, this is not working. This is not leveling up your spirit, and you're not growing from this. And everybody has a threshold for negative stress. We don't know what went on in their marriage. And that's what I was trying to stress to everybody. I said, everybody has their threshold for whatever it is, whatever the journey is that they'll know when it's time. The universe will provide that information to that individual and say, look, this is not it. You have to do something different. You have to shift. You have to do something different for your personal growth. And innately, every human, is born with that. I'd like to think so, but sometimes I think we just ignore it because, as you always say, Krishnamurti, there's no measure of hell to be fully integrated into a sick society.
Right.
We have to sometimes say that to ourselves over and over and over again for us to understand that we're constantly being pulled by the society and all of the sick, toxic things, all the superficiality, capitalism, everything else that's going on around us, and that is always playing in the background. So we're always on this loop where now we're looking at Instagram and everything is in a profile where there's a 7-second video. That's to distract you.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't realize what's going on with them, and then that happens. So with that, I'll land my plane.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you. You brought Chicago in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, it's really easy. 1-800-920-1580. Again, I'm going to go to Nzinga next, but give me a second. Again, people take things literal. You can't take, listen, you can't take, spirituality is an experience. It's not a good read. Somebody meme that. Spirituality is more than a good read. It's an experience. See, you can read spiritual books from here to Timbuktu, but that does not mean you're going to have the experience. Do you know how many people on La Cienega in a hot room stretching but haven't reached samadhi or moksha or nirvana? Back to Alfred Korzybski. The map is not the territory. Language is a map that is used to describe reality. What page are you on? Somebody just asked me, what does it mean to be equally yoked? It's more of a spiritual yoking that is happening. That's what trauma bonding is. You guys can have the same ideas, can have the same level of income, the same level of education, and then your wounds bond. Your wounds are yoked. And what are they yoked for? Wounds don't want to stay wounds. Wounds want conflict so that they can heal. But we take the conflict and turn it into blame. You shouldn't have never came in my life if you wasn't on the same page. Yes, your wounds were on the same page. Okay, let me slow down. I'm a little turned on. I'm a little fiery tonight because this topic hits home. Do you understand? Nzinga, talk to me.
Hey, good evening. Hey, Mr. Zoe, what's going on?
I'm in here cooking.
Yeah. I guess since you kind of laid it out, like, it seems like getting on the same page is almost like, I don't know, like controlling or bullying. Maybe let us get on the same page. I think that certain things you should agree on. Like, I want my man to believe in God. Because if you don't, every time you say God or Jesus Christ, I'm going to be looking at you crazy. So, stuff like that is important.
Wait, let me stop you. Just for a second, because you're saying something, and I want to throw you a question to see how you field it. I want my man to believe in God, right? So then, when or if or when you attract a man that doesn't, if the universe is economical and fine-tuned, how would you attract that person, and for what purpose?
I don't know. Maybe to bring him to God, because I believe.
Or he may bring you to something higher. Because remember, God, word. The map is not the territory. The word is not the reality. Him not associating with a belief doesn't necessarily mean he lacks spiritual understanding or higher consciousness. He might be the one that leads you out of a dogma. Okay, just finish. You can finish now.
Thanks.
I love you, Nzinga. Thanks.
I don't think that you have to be so equally yoked. I think when you're all on the same page, same sentence, because when that guy was saying it was sounding so controlling. Like I could see his women like, I don't know, like a robot, almost robotic. We all know, I'm agreeing with everything he says. I mean, how can if I'm in agreement with everything, or you're in agreement with everything with me? How am I growing? Just like I think of it like a natal chart. It has to be some friction in order for you to achieve things and get onto things. So I think that for certain things, yes, you should agree. I mean, you attracted each other for that reason.
Yeah, like where we gonna live?
Your own life.
Where we gonna live, Nzinga? We together now. Where we gonna live?
Probably not in California because there's a lot of earthquakes.
See, but I love California. You can't take me away from my home. You hear all this history I done laid out with the playlist, and then Nzinga said, "You got to leave, boy. You want me? We got to." Okay.
I think that I just think you should have your own life, not like your own life where you're not together, because at a certain point you're gonna do things together, But I just think that you gotta have your own life. So at the end of the day, you look forward to seeing this person. I just think if we're all on the same page all the time, it's almost like it's robotic.
Right.
It just doesn't seem natural.
So let me ask you this.
I just have to agree with everything you say.
No, and you're right. Disagreements are actually healthy for relationships. But let me ask you this. What do you think is the most important thing we should agree on in a relationship? We should be on the same page with? Yeah, come on, Nzinga. Okay, money. That's a good one. Okay, I rock with you.
How it's spent, because I mean, somebody's probably gonna be more full. Like, I guess I'm just don't always attract brothers. Somebody will probably be maybe a little more spendthrift. Somebody maybe a little more frugal. So I think meeting in the middle ground.
Right.
Somewhere.
That's fair.
Good. Somebody should be in charge of the purse. Not like a control thing, but, make sure things don't get cut off and stuff.
And I agree with what I call the minutia. Right? The minutia. Okay, how do we spend the money? You better at money than me? You handle the money, honey. Right? I agree. The minutia. What color is the kitchen going to be? Well, I want the kitchen to be gray. Well, no, we need a little color. Okay. You understand? I call the social, everyday act of living the minutia. We agree on these things.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Now, we delegate. And then, yes, and some people are better at it than others. And then we delegate responsibility to the stronger partner or whatever. But I believe that we have to have a soul agreement. That's where the love Come on. I'm with you.
That sounds I'm selling my soul.
Huh?
I'm selling my soul?
No. Now see, what kind of Halloween? This ain't the Sci-Fi Channel. A soul agreement is something that happens when we recognize each other for who we really are at a deeper level. And it really needs no words. That's a soul agreement. It's not a contract. It's a soul recognizing a soul. You hear it in the term namaste. The divine in me bows to the divine in you. That, to me, that's a higher level agreement, where when we come together, we understand the ceremony is a toy. The ceremony is a game. It's for our family to feel like something happened. We were married before we said the vows. We were married. Do you know what the word ceremony actually means? Ceremony, it means symbol. Symbol is a map. The map is not the territory. Do you see? For many people, they have the symbol, but not what it symbolizes.
And that's because I always, in my opinion, relationships are like making a pound cake. You got to have your 2 sticks of butter, your 6 eggs,
Come on,
3 cups of sugar, your whatever, if you're making a sour cream, if you're making 7-Up, it just all depends. And you have to let the eggs get the room temperature. You got to let your butter sit out so you can cream it, so the cream with the sugar correctly. And, because it's chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, to me, in my opinion, people will have sex. And to me, that's like putting icing on batter. And then, you bake the cake, you get to know each other, and the sex should be the icing that bonds it. And people don't do that. Mm-hmm. And that's why, and then they have to be on the same page because they've already done stuff, and really, nothing now, but we're going to get on the same page so we can try to make it work. And that's just
do you see what I'm saying? Girl, you cooked a whole pound cake tonight. And Zinga, we love you. Thank you for calling in.
Good night.
She brought Pensacola, Florida in the building. Listen, this is what kind of conversations we love to have here. Sisters be calling, cooking pound cakes. That's a metaphor. She used the pound cake as a metaphor. The map is not the territory. The word is not the reality. People don't understand that. I know. Okay. Randy from Austin, Texas. Get in here, brother.
Hey, so, man, I love this topic, man. It's wonderful. I think the only joy of life is to love someone and to be loved.
Mm-hmm.
Fully, truly. And if we're on the same page, it's easier to be on the same page if we're writing the page that we're on.
Ooh. Come on, Randy, I'm finna take these headphones off and run down the hall. You better say that again, brother. Say it again.
It's much easier to be on the same page if we are writing the page that we're on.
Ooh.
We're not following some kind of parochial system. We are setting the system. And, if I can communicate with you, truly, and you can communicate with me, truly, without any type of reservation, then that's the best relationship to have. You don't have to agree with me. You have to, agree with me on everything I say and every thought that I think. I don't agree with every thought that I have.
Right, right.
You have to acknowledge my humanity in the midst of our conversation. And if we can acknowledge each other's humanity, then we're on the same page and we are moving forward.
Randy, it was worth it hanging on the line that long. That boy came with a bomb. We appreciate you for calling. You brought Austin, Texas into the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, join us for this most important conversation. The voice of reason shall come forward. Co-author your own page. Who else is calling? What are y'all doing? This is one of my revolutionary topics tonight. This is a revolution. This is such a different lane.
And here's the latest from the Black.
Y'all should have these phone lines lit up like it was fucking astrology time.
NFL wide receiver Antonio Brown.
God damn.
In connection with the domestic violence incident on Monday. ground played with the Buccaneers in their Super Bowl year and was released after taking off his uniform and running off the field during a game against the New York Jets last year.
We are at 59.97 on the super chat. I hope we can make it to our support goal. We appreciate all the moderators, all the cousins. We appreciate everybody for being in here.
Gavin Newsom said those words as he
Thank you.
called a special session of the legislature for Monday. He wants to pass a price gouging penalty on oil companies. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Island from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
The holiday season is here, and if peace and quiet is at the top of your wish list, you'll love Casper's selection of mattresses.
so they're not gonna
Save up to $800 online or at a participating store near you. Exclusions apply. See Casper.com/promo.
Drop it! When you tune in to KBLA Talk 1580, we want you to know what you're downloading.
Now you listen to me, and you listen to me closely.
In a recent African-American media issue survey conducted by the Public Opinion Research and Public Policy Consulting firm Eviderus, KBLA Talk 1580 was found to be the most trusted.
Hey, I love that damn song, man.
On the airways for Black
I played it the other day, and it's not really a song.
seriously as your trusted.
It's like really short. I'm talking about this Mystical record.
Not ratings. And when you hear us say, when we come forward, we mean it. We mean it.
That's the bottom line.
We're not going back. Not to the back of the bus. Not to back alleys.
So I tell my rhetoric students that every word is a metaphor,
No way.
and that most people argue over the differing metaphors they use to understand. 100%. 100%.
He's coming to Ontario in the Toyota Arena December 30th. And in Los Angeles in the Microsoft Theater December 31st.
I don't know what I'm going to do about this light bill. Just hit the blunt one time and see if it don't change your perception of what's important in your life. I don't know what I'm going to do about this life. I got 12 candles. I've been waiting to burn them.
He's back with an all-new show. It's the award-winning comedian, Cat Williams.
Just so you knew they was lying.
Great job, Nzinga. Thank you for going back and forth with me, sister. I appreciate it. You don't call often, but when you do, it's a treat.
Tony Davidson, Tony Roberts, Tanzanique Springs, and Pretty Ricky in Ontario. Get tickets at Ticketmaster. In Los Angeles at AXS.com. Bring in the new year with Cat Williams.
Congratulations to this week's KBLA Talk 1580 Office of the Week, LA County Department of Children and Family Services. LA County Department of Children and Family Services promotes child safety and well-being by partnering with communities to strengthen family. Congratulations, LA County DCFF.
Hey, Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Prosperity Market, LA's mobile Black Farmers Market, invites you to support Black-owned businesses this holiday season. Prosperity Market gives you the gift of convenient, curated shopping with in-person and online markets. Starting November 25th,
I just had a
Prosperity
Santa
Market's
moment.
holiday gift sets will be available to order online, featuring snacks, goodies, self-care essentials, and produce from Black-owned businesses and farms. Place your order by December 15th for pickup or local delivery on December 17th. To shop Prosperity Market in person, visit the holiday pop-up on December 3rd at the original Farmers Market on 3rd Street near the Grove. For more information, visit prosperitymarketla.com. That's prosperitymarketla.com. And follow on Instagram at prosperity.market. That's prosperity.market.
KBLA Talk 1580 is pleased to announce a can't-miss community event.
It's a celebration.
Welcome home, Mayor-elect Karen Bass. On Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Join KBLA Talk 15
Live in a minute.
Work Park at the intersection of Lamert and Vernon for this free public event as we celebrate Mayor-elect Bass's historic victory. There'll be entertainment, food trucks, and a diverse array of vendors, along with attendance and participation from community leaders, elected officials, celebrities, business owners, and other notables. KBLA Talk 1580 will host Mayor-elect Bass on the main
Yogi
stage
Fish.
at 11 a.m. as we reflect on the importance of this moment
Thank you,
and
brother.
what it means for the Black community, women, and all Angelinos who
Thank you,
believe in
brother.
the limitless potential of our amazing city. We look forward to celebrating with Mayor-elect Karen Bass and you, Saturday, December 10th, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the intersection of Lamert and Vernon. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Celebrate your party with you. Come on now.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Phil Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
So sweet, yet so smart. The only one to have the key to my heart. So strong, yet so cute. I wanna spend my whole life with you. I want to know you better. Spend a little time together. There's so much about me you don't know. And I'm dying just to show you so.
Ladies and fellas, this is Troop's first single, produced by the late, great Gerald Levert. A lot of people don't know Gerald Levert and Eddie Levert sang background on that record. That was Troop's first record. And it was a big record. Came out in 1988. And one of the lead singers, Stephen Russell Hart, was still in high school. You know? Great record. Troop, man. Troop versus John B. And again, it has been a pretty powerful battle. But let me go back. The relationship between the map and the territory. That brother Randy just hit y'all upside the head. See, you got to be an author of your own map. And the only way to become a master of creating reality maps or reality tunnels, as Robert Anton Wilson refers to them, reality tunnels, you're going to have to tackle the reality of you in order to create an accurate map for someone else to be able to navigate in a relationship with you. See, the map is an abstraction of reality. It's not reality. Even your GPS in your car, it's not telling you everything that's going on in the reality of the street. Who wrote your relationship reality map? Was it your attachment style that you inherited from your parents? Every bit of toxicity in them, you inherited. Every failure they've ever had, you got a piece of it if you were in their environment. Do you understand? Joseph Campbell calls it You're known, you're ordinary. Your world, the world you come from is the ordinary. What is ordinary to you came from who raised you. In 1931 in New Orleans, Louisiana, mathematician and semanticist Alfred Korzybski presented a paper on mathematical semantics. To the non-technical reader, most of the paper reads like an abstruse argument on the relationship of mathematics and to human language, and on both of both the physical reality. Important stuff, certainly, but not necessarily immediately useful to the layman. However, in his string of arguments on the structure of language, Korzybski introduced and popularized the idea that the map is not the territory. In other words, the description of things is not the thing itself. You think the word God properly encapsulates the reality of God? Do you think the word Allah, Allahu subhanahu wa ta'ala, do you think Yahweh, Yahweh, Yahu, do you think that encapsulates the whole thing? How can the infinite be encapsulated by an idea? You think the word love, the word itself, love, encapsulates the reality? The map is not the territory. And if you come from a rocky territory that helped create the map you see reality through, first off, how is your partner going to lock into your map when she or he got a map of their own? You've heard me say relationship is a shared experience, where in that shared experience, the two people sharing the experience cannot directly divulge their personal experience with their partner. How do we do it? We use the symbol of the spoken word language. Hey, baby, I'm not feeling good. This is not what I meant. What I meant was when I said this, that wasn't my intent to mean that. So constant interpretation. The map is not the territory. You want to get in sync with somebody? Ask your spirit why they're in your life. Oh, you think your spirit don't talk to you? I know they don't teach you this about relationships. They tell you all you got to do is get educated, get paid, get money, get shelter, get food, get mobility, and then y'all good. Wait a minute, hold on. Not only get those things, get your roles right. You know, there got to be some roles. Yeah. Woman, do you know how to make salmon croquettes? Man, do you know how to change the oil in the event that Jiffy Lube is closed? Man, hey, somebody's outside, man. Run out there and make sure that, do you see? Your whole relationship model is based on a map, a model. The map is not the territory. We on the same page. The brother on the brother in the clip we played said we not only are we are on the same page, we got to be on the same sentence and the same word. Maps are necessary but flawed. That's what your attachment style that John Bowlby talked about. Insecure attachment, avoidant attachment, secure attachment, indifferent attachment. That's your relationship map, because that follows you from childhood into adulthood. For what? To be reconciled. Maps are necessary but flawed. By maps, we mean any abstraction of reality, including descriptions, theories, models, etc. The problem with a map is not simply that it is an abstraction. We need abstractions. A map with the scale of 1 mile to 1 mile would not have the problems that maps have, nor would it be helpful in any way. What he's saying is they're going to shrink the map down so the miles of how far things are, right, is not accurate, right? Again, sometimes we fall in love with the wounds that raised us. And the wounds that raised us become the map for how we interact. That brother Randy said it. He said, you got to write your own map. You know, my grandmother and my grandfather, they were married for a long time, and that don't mean they was happy. That don't mean they were healed. I know a lot of people, don't want to look at their relationships like this, but this is what it is. This is what it is. Oh, Lord. I'm going to ask the question again. How do you save your relationship from falling off the cliff? Right? What signs tells you? What signs tell you that it's time to end a relationship? We ask the question, do relationships last a lifetime? Not necessarily. You want to rewrite your map? You got to forgive who hurt you in the formation of the map. Ooh. You got to forgive who gave you. You got to forgive the person you inherited your attachment style from. Forgiveness is the final form of love. Reinhold Niebuhr. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this tonight. When I come forward, you think I'm going to stop cooking? Nope.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Yeah, this shit is getting out of control, man.
3 Bay Area counties have black women chief prosecutors. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by CaliforniaBlackMedia.org. Civil rights attorney Pamela Price made history when she was elected Alameda County's first African-American district attorney. Price joins 2
No, I have not seen Wakanda yet.
Diana Becton and San Francisco DA Brooke Jenkins holding the same office in their Bay Area county.
Mimi, damn them goddamn comments. The content is way more powerful than the comments.
Vice President Kamala Harris, who was San Francisco's
Understand where your focus gotta be. The comments is getting a little reckless.
For 2 terms from 2012 to 2020. KBLA listeners, what are your thoughts on these offices being held by black
I know it's all
Let us
giggles,
know on all social
but
media
sometimes it's
platforms
just
at
ignorant,
KBLA
incoherent, crazy.
1580.
I know.
We've got a lot to talk about.
I know.
KBLA Talk 1580 wishes you a happy holiday and wants to bless you with one night only.
I guess I'll see it
A Wonder Winter's Night
at some point. At some point.
Full of Toys benefit concert Saturday, December 17th at Microsoft Theater. Download the KBLA Talk 1580.com mobile app to enter to win a pair of tickets. This has been a community call to action brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580.
Did you know addiction to drugs like meth or cocaine is a disease and not a choice? But getting help is. If you have stimulant use disorder, you, your family, and friends may have a lot of questions, including where to start. Choose Change California can help. Make a change today and find a proven treatment option for you at choosechangeca.org.
KBLA Talk 1580 invites
Thank you,
you
Rogish.
to join us in celebrating the season of giving by being part of the solution. As we enjoy great food, family, warmth, and well wishes in whatever our festive tradition may be, we share the beauty of the season by reaching out to the less fortunate. Please help us to help others with the KBLA Cover the Houseless Cozy Community Coat and Blanket Drive. All you have to do is drop off new or clean, gently used winter coats and blankets in the KBLA lobby during business hours. Now through December 20th, all of the coats and blankets will be donated to unsheltered individuals and families experiencing houselessness. Simply bring your donation to 4434 Crenshaw Boulevard in Los Angeles, near Vernon Avenue, from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. weekdays. That's 4434 Crenshaw in historic Leimert Park. During the holidays and every day, let's remember, we keep us safe. We keep us warm. We are the safety net. And together, we can cover the unsheltered. Get caught up in the spirit of the season, the spirit of love.
I gotta tell
Make a
my
difference
people,
with your friends at KBLA Talk 15.
dream luxury belongs to me.
More of the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams right now on KBLA Talk 1580.
John B. Bring it on. Let 'em feel. Only the ladies. Only the ladies. Girl, it's alright, baby. I still have fun now. 'Cause it's there in your eyes, yeah. I can see that you want me. I still have fun now. By the way that you smile, yeah. I still have fun.
Hey, wait a minute. Hold on. What's the next record? I can't let John B just win. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. John B killing right now. Wait a minute. Whoa. Tupac and John B? John B and Nas? Wait. Woo! All right, wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. What's the next one? You guys are listening to my play. John B is killing. My playlist is my co-host. Christ. John B, what in the world? All right, let me get to my final thought here. Woo! Golly. John B. Okay, John. All right, John. I'm sorry. So again, we started this conversation about why relationships fail. And I'm saying the book that you guys stand on in terms of, and I'm not talking about religious, I'm talking about the psychological book, the book that contains all the wounds and all of this stuff, and the subsequent expectations you have written that have co-authored your expectations. This is what we're standing on when we say, let's get on the same page for many people. And there are some people out there that are healed, that are healthy, that are happy. But then you have a lot of other people out there that struggle, right? That struggle deeply. They struggle with trust and respect. They struggle with compromise. They struggle with creating and implementing interventions in the family when there are, some difficulties that may arise. And they struggle with healthy and consistent communication. So you got to start looking at the rules and who co-authored the rules. The brother Randy just killed us with that when he said, man, we all struggling to be on the same page, but who wrote the book? Who wrote the narrative? That was so heavy. Let me get into my Robert Anton Wilson bag. Robert Anton Wilson says it this way: everybody abstracts a different reality. When you come through a room, you abstract the reality you're prepared to abstract. You pick up the signals that interest you. Your brain records them and organizes them. Robert Anton Wilson. Robert Anton Wilson says something that was so fire once. He said, look, everybody has a belief system, but you need to take the word belief system and take B and S and put it together, and you need to recognize when your belief system is BSing you. Your reality tunnel is wounded. And you talking about let's get on the same page. When I come forward, I'm going to wrap it up for good.
The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Life is uncertain.
Oh my God.
It's okay.
Y'all done turned this into the motherfucking...
Anxious, worried, or frustrated.
This is a goddamn carnival now. Motherfuckers is in here having side weirdo conversation. Come on.
It's easy to get the help you and your loved
This shit done turned into some other shit. Like,
call our warm line at 833-317-4673.
What the fuck? This is not what this reality is about.
KBLA Talk 1580, reminding you, when we fight, we win. Central CSO organizes for the rights of the undocumented, quality public education, and supporting inside
30 seconds.
other communities seeking social justice. Central CSO stands for Chicano X, self-determination, defending public education, and fighting for all.
It's too late. It's about to be over.
Heights and East Los Angeles. Find Central CSO meetings every third.
It's straight chaos in here. I don't know how my chat room turned into this. We got like 59 moderators and cousins. This is not what this should be. It really, you know. Right, we got to get the chat on the same.
You want some more. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Voice of Reason, man, this was an amazing show tonight. Boy, it was turned up. Science, religion, philosophy, semantics. We covered the gamut. All for you to understand. Self-authorship, healing. All of that stuff is necessary for elongating the life of an intimate interaction. You know you going to hell if y'all always fighting. If there's no intimacy. Trust is taking a hit. I already told you trust is rooted in fear. Just like you better be on the same page. You don't spend much time together, and when you do, you're not even interested. Your emotional needs are not being met by yourself first and then your partner. Oh, man. Listen, I started the conversation. You've got to finish it. When we come forward, my brothers, or my brother and sister, Danny Morrison and Robin Ayers, will continue this most torrid fire, man. We on fire tonight. Stay tuned. They're going to keep it cooking. I'll see y'all tomorrow with the week capper. Ooh. John B got slappers. No, he didn't. Troop has bigger records. Way bigger records. Bigger in record sales, bigger.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Island, and here's the latest from
You got to understand. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. Much love. Deuces.